DMV.
This is your girl, Topnotch Filer, and I have a very special guest on tonight. Who do we have?
Priscilla Cooke.
Priscilla, welcome to our show tonight. Who inspires you? Who and what inspires you?
Thank you for having me, first and foremost. I'm inspired by people. People with positive energy gives me positive energy myself. I'm inspired by people because I love people. I love giving back to people. I love just the energy that exudes from people who are trying to do things and go places. And I also am a lover of fashion. So fashion inspires me as well. I love to look good, feel good. And I know that when we feel good, well, when we look good, I should say, on the outside, we feel good on the inside. So fashion is a big part of my life and has always been. And I just look forward to styling people, lifting people up, and just, loving on people.
Okay, I like that. And so I guess I want to know, how do you approach styling?
I approach styling in different ways. It depends on the person that I am styling. For instance, if I'm going to style someone for a photo shoot, then I'm going to pick out multiple outfits for them. I'm going to make them look the best that they can be first and foremost, and I'm going to find out what they like, what inspires them, what color schemes they like, what type of outfits they like to wear, whether they like short dresses or long dresses, because they do have to be um, accepting of what I'm putting on them as well. They have to like what they're going to be wearing and feel good about, the items that I'm selecting for them. So I approach styling in different ways. If I'm going to style someone for a complete makeover, then I'm going to take a different approach where I'm going to look at them, look at their skin tone, their body shape, and their body shape, their height, their weight. And I just take all of those things into consideration as far as finding the outfits that's going to best complement their bodies. When I'm styling myself, pretty much, of course, I know what I like. So I'm pretty much going to just go for it. I'm just going to be different. I want to be different. So I'm going to just select items that I know that will complement my body as well.
Okay, all right. Can you tell us more about Karyzma Cares?
Yes, Karyzma Cares is a nonprofit organization that I started back in 2023. Karyzma Cares supports women's cause awareness. When I say women's cause awareness, I mean um, an event or a cause, for instance, like breast cancer awareness or domestic violence awareness. Charisma comes in the picture where we would host an event for, say, like, for instance, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we would host an event for breast cancer survivors. Charisma Cares pretty much is a organization that loves on people. We want to uplift women. We want to enhance their style. We want them to feel good about themselves. We want them to have self-confidence and a good self-esteem. And a lot of times when women go through things in life, a sickness, a illness, a disease, or even a domestic violence situation or what have you, their self-esteem is lowered, or they don't feel good about themselves. They don't feel pretty. They don't feel as though that they're worthy. And Charisma wants to uplift that individual, to show them that they are loved, to show them that they are special, and we just love on them. We pamper them, we style them, we provide a photo shoot, and we just love on them so that they know that they are loved and that they are worthy, and that they can get back onto the back on with their lives after they've gone through a traumatic event in their lives.
I really appreciate all the work that you do.
Sure, thank you.
When do you think you realized that fashion was a passion of yours?
I would have to say it was when I was very young, 14 and 15, just going into high school. I can recall coming out of middle school, going into high school, wearing sweat socks and sneakers. I mean, literally every single day. When I was growing up, I had 5 brothers. I didn't have a sister. I did have, female cousins or whatever, but for the most part, I hung out with my brothers. So I was a tomboy. So that's what I wore: sweat socks and sneakers, and just bumming it and doing what they do. But once I got to high school, an upper class woman came up to me and said, "Okay, you're in high school now. You're gonna have to change your clothing. You're gonna have to change what you're wearing because sweat socks and sneakers ain't it." So I think that really changed who I was. I know it changed who I was because from that point forward, it was on. Pretty much I took it upon myself to make sure that I was um, pristine. I dressed up, every single day. And even to this day, sometimes, people will tell me, "Oh, where you dress, you're overdressed, or, you're just dressed to the T." But I know that those words of encouragement that she gave me back then is what brought me to this place where I am today. Even in my senior year, actually, I just wanted to mention that after, taking, advantage of, my fashion and just, looking forward to dressing up every day, I did win Miss Vogue. There was a contest where me and another gentleman won Miss Vogue and Mr. Esquire. So I contribute
Oh.
that to her literally stepping up and just telling me, "Okay, you need to, dress for success," essentially.
So a lot of your fashion experience does come with some type of modeling experience as well, correct?
It does. I mean, I have done some modeling in the past. I put on a fashion show in the past. I'm going to say one fashion show that I did. My sister and I. It kind of runs in the family in a sense too, because my mom, my daughter, my sister, and I all have a passion for fashion. In my family overall, we were all dressers. Back in the day, mom would dress us up. When we were little kids. I mean, literally dress us up. But it kind of started way back when, and still to this day, I do my best as far as, being impressionable in a sense and dressing for success. And when I say dressing for success, I'm not just saying dressing for success in the sense that you're going to work every single day. For me, dressing for success is a whole lot more than just dressing up for work. For me, dressing for success is when you're waking up in the morning and you're putting that smile on your face. You're going to walk out that door and you're going to you're going to meet people. You may meet someone, who has an issue or a problem or going through something where you may need to uplift that person. So for me, dressing for success is not just only your outer appearance, it's what you portray and who you are on the inside as well.
Okay, would you say your style is unique?
I would say my style is unique. A lot of times, I'll put something on and people will be like, "Wow," and I'm thinking it's just like a normal outfit or whatever. But for other people who are looking, from the outside in, they're gonna, say, "You're a diva," or "You're this or you're that." But for me, it just comes natural. For me, I mean, as far as selecting outfits and color schemes and just pulling stuff together. Sometimes I can be a little over the top. I will say that. But for the most part, I love dressing, and I'm going to be dressed up, for the most part every day, just showing up and showing out for whatever the occasion.
Okay, Priscilla. So what brought about Charisma Cares?
When I thought about what I wanted to do for retirement, I gave it a lot of thought, and I knew I wanted to do something that was going to be a passion of mine, something that I love doing. Retirement is a big step. A lot of people, retire and then they come home and then they feel as though, okay, well, why did I retire? I wanted to be in a place where I knew that I had something valuable that I could give back to people and to the community. So when I thought about, okay, well, what am I going to do in retirement? I realized that I wanted to um, support women. I wanted to support women's causes. I wanted to be someone who would, uplift women and encourage them to be a better person and to view themselves as being greater than they think they are. A lot of times we don't think we have what it takes to be who we can be. So I wanted to give back, and I knew that I wanted to also bring fashion into the fold as well. Not only just giving back to women as far as educational awareness, but also from a fashion sense, dressing for success. For me, and my motto actually, for my nonprofit is when you look good on the outside, you feel good on the inside. And when you feel good on the inside, you can move forward with confidence. And a lot of us, a lot of women don't have self-confidence or self-esteem, and we have to know that we are worthy and that we, are who we should be as far as having self-esteem and confidence in ourselves.
Okay, Priscilla. So what made you combine community service with fashion as well?
Mhm. Well, in wanting to give back to the community, I wanted it to be something fun too. I mean, women love to dress up, women love to shop, women love to, put it on and just to look glamorous. And, I've always had a passion for fashion, and I've always had a passion for giving back something to someone in need. So I kind of came up with the concept, okay, well, um, do let me have Charisma Cares over here where I'm giving back to the community in more ways than one, uplifting women, being a blessing unto them, providing services like pampering services, you know, pretty much when we do a styling, I pamper them as well. Like we will give them spa treatments. We will, allow them to go to, have their hair, nails, and makeup done, which is essential to a woman feeling good and looking good, and combining those two areas, I felt as though this would really be a good um, a way to uplift women, to make them feel good about themselves, not only, on their outer appearance, but also to give them what they needed from a spiritual perspective, knowing that they can feel good on the inside and also look good on the outside. But at the same time, they can, I can just be a blessing unto them in that sense.
I
So
like the word blessing. You were
yes,
definitely a blessing
thank
to a
you,
lot of women.
thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
So tell us about Charisma Care and the breast cancer program.
Sure. This year, Charisma chose to support breast cancer awareness. As we all know, and have women who are near and dear to our heart who may have gone through breast cancer, or uh, we know, some women who are breast cancer survivors in our families and our friends, friendly circles, or whatever. I wanted to do something with, just to enhance or make the community aware of the seriousness of breast cancer. As we all know, by statistics, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. That's a staggering statistic to me. It's horrible, and the disease is horrible. Um, we, a lot of times don't share information. We don't share family history about, members of our family that has had breast cancer. So anyway, I wanted to bring to the forefront breast cancer awareness. So this year, Charisma chose to interview 3 women who were breast cancer survivors. So we interviewed these women. We had a blessed time. It was a learning experience for many, and I believe that their stories will definitely be able to, you know, um, be able to enhance someone else's life. It will bring about awareness of, this terrible disease. And I believe that it's opening up, women's and even men's eyes as far as, okay, I need to be more vigilant as far as my breast self-care. Because this disease is horrible, and it's just ravaging our communities.
I agree. I definitely agree. Is there anything else you're doing right now with Charisma Cares? And if so, what is it? And what would you like our viewers to know?
Sure. Right now, I'm still in. Well, we're still in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I am posting videos on social media and on YouTube, just showing or telling these women's stories. The breast cancer survivors that I interviewed, those postings have been placed on social media platforms. So I would like for our viewers to take a look at them. It's going to be my social media sites are at Charisma Cares Foundation. If you go to those sites, you'll see these brave and courageous women who have survived breast cancer. They're telling their stories. They're literally pouring out their hearts to the community and asking them to be more vigilant in their self-care as far as breast cancer is concerned, and then telling them, stating the importance of mammograms and yearly checkups, and just, being our own self advocates. So I would like our viewers to know that breast cancer is real. It's out there. If you have a family history of breast cancer, you really need to speak to your family members and be more vigilant about this deadly disease.
Okay. Thank you, Priscilla.
You're welcome.
Can you tell us a little about what is up next for yourself, Priscilla?
Sure. Well, right now, Karyzma is still in this ongoing campaign for breast cancer awareness during the month of October, as I mentioned. But moving forward, Karyzma really needs to get their affairs in order, in a sense. Karyzma is a newly formed nonprofit organization, and not only for nonprofits but for businesses in general. There's a lot of upkeep, there's a lot of work to be done behind the scenes, and right now I just kind of jumped into Karyzma Cares and having events and supporting women and just putting events on for breast cancer and domestic violence. But I really have not started, and I should have. I probably did my business backwards, where I should have got everything in order first, like my website, my board of directors, having board of directors meetings, my strategic plan, all of the things that are going to make your business successful has to be in place, which I knew that. But again, I was still working at the time, and time was a factor. It just takes a lot to really delve in and to manage all of these platforms. So come 2025, Karyzma Cares will be looking at all of the administrative pieces of Karyzma Cares so that I can continue to do the work that I choose to do in supporting women, and literally, creating and making sure that I have fundraising tools in place and just doing the work that is going to be necessary to keep Karyzma viable.
So, if anyone out there that's viewing today wants to reach out and help behind the scenes with Karyzma Cares, how do they do that?
They can reach me directly. I believe our producers here will be sharing some information as far as how to reach out by way of websites. I can also provide my email. I can be reached by way of email at Karyzma. That's spelled KARYZMAIC at gmail.com. And I can provide additional information if need be. You can reach out to the producers and they will provide that information as well.
Well, this ends my interview with Priscilla. I really, really enjoyed this interview, and I definitely will look forward to hearing from you in the near future. I wish you well in everything that you do, and blessings upon you and your organization.
Thank you so much, April. I truly appreciated it. It was wonderful meeting you, and I just appreciate Terry allowing me to be a part of this platform. I thank you, and we will talk.
We will talk. Well, guys, this ends the Topnotch Filer Talks with Topnotch Filer. Like I said, reach out to Priscilla, Karyzma Cares. She's doing big things in the community, and we'll be looking forward to seeing much more. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.